हाय फ्रेंड्स, इकोनॉमिक्स के इस एजुकेशनल प्रोग्राम में एक और बार आप सब लोगों को खैर मकदम करता हूँ। वेलकम ऑल यू टू दिस स्पेशल एजुकेशनल प्रोग्राम्स बाय इकोनॉमिक्स। पिछले कुछ क्लासों में हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे इकोनॉमिक्स के कुछ इम्पोर्टेंट डेफिनेशंस। ऑलरेडी हमने वेल्थ डेफिनेशन एडम स्मिथ के और अल्फ्रेड मार्शल के वेलफेयर डेफिनेशन और उसके बाद स्कर्सिटी डेफिनेशन वगैरह हमने ऑलरेडी डिस्कस किया। और इस पर्टिकुलर सेशन में एक और इम्पोर्टेंट डेफिनेशन लेके मैं आप लोगों के सामने आया है। इस डेफिनेशन को हम बता सकते हैं, ग्रोथ डेफिनेशन बता सकते हैं, मॉडर्न डेफिनेशन ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स के नाम से भी बता सकते हैं। सो लेट अस डिस्कस दिस इम्पोर्टेंट डेफिनेशन टू, and today we can conclude the session related with the definition of economics, hopefully. This definition is also given by an all-time greatest American economist, we can say. Before giving his name, I would like to share certain factual information about him. He was the first American economist to win prestigious Nobel Prize for economic science in 1970. Economic historian Randall E. Parker called him as the father of modern economics. Then the New York Times considered him as the foremost academic economist of the 20th century. He was the author of best-selling textbook of all time, Economics, an Introductory Analysis, which is published in 1948. बुक का टाइटल था Economics, an Introductory Analysis, best-selling book, textbook, the most influential economic thinker of 20th century. He is none other but Paul Anthony Samuelson, P.S. Samuelson. His definition is known as growth definition, or somewhat the modern definition of economics. According to Samuelson, economics is the study of how people and society choose, with or without the use of money, to employ scarce productive resources which would have alternative uses, to produce various commodities over time and distribute them for consumption now and in the future among various persons and groups of society. Economics is the study of how people and society choose, with or without the use of money, to employ scarce productive resources which could have alternate uses, to produce various commodities over time and redistribute them for consumption now and in the future among various persons and group of society. This is the comprehensive ever definition produced by a greatest, all-time greatest economist. Undoubtedly, we can say that this definition is most comprehensive one, because it's telling about scarce resources, it's telling about production, it's telling about consumption, yani distribution, then it's telling about self-employment, it's telling about purchasing of raw material, it's telling about the present consumption, the present production, it's telling about the future production, the future consumption, it's telling about the individual use, it's telling about the use by the society. So all these things included in a single definition. So this definition is comprehensive one. So certain characteristics also we will discuss. This definition not merely concerned with the allocation of resources, but also concerned with the preservation and expansion of resources for future use. This is one of the characteristics of this definition. Then again, we can say that this particular definition is concerned with the production and also concerned with consumption. प्रोडक्शन के बारे में भी बता रहा है और उसके बाद कंजम्पशन के बारे में भी बता रहा है, रिसोर्स के यूज़ के बारे में भी बता रहा है, यूटिलाइजेशन के बारे में भी बता रहा है, स्कर्स रिसोर्सेस के यूटिलाइजेशन उसके एलोकेशन के बारे में भी बता रहा है, एक्सपेंशन के बारे में भी बता रहा है. दिस डेफिनेशन इज डायनामिक वन एंड कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव वन इन द सेंस दैट इट आल्सो एक्सप्लेन्स अबाउट, इट आल्सो कंसर्न्स अबाउट present use. At the same time, it also concerns about future use, future production. So it is growth oriented. It's a comprehensive definition because it incorporating all the points, all the matters, all the important things which already defined, which already explained by other economists while defining what is economics. So undoubtedly we can say that Paul S. Samuelson definition is comprehensive one, dynamic one, and covering all essential points. But still we can say that Paul S. Samuelson's definition is also not out of criticism. Critics also criticized his definition. Certain critics says that Samuelson's definition is confined, or Samuelson simply confined the subject matter of economics or simply economics as related with scarcity conditions. He totally ignored the functions of economics in surplus resource conditions. Surplus resource condition में इकोनॉमिक्स का कोई रोल नहीं है, उसके बारे में कुछ बताया नहीं है, नज़रअंदाज किया है पूरा, totally ignored we can say. So this is the criticism we can say. To conclude this particular definition session, I would like to add one more definition. Canadian born American economist Jacob Weiner, he defined economics. Economics is what economists do. बहुत आसान तरीके से उन्होंने जो बताया, इकोनॉमिक्स क्या है, इकोनॉमिक्स वो है, इकोनॉमिस्ट क्या कर रहा है वही इकोनॉमिक्स है. तो ये डेफिनेशन मैं यहाँ इसलिए बता रहा हूँ, कोट कर रहा हूँ, सेशन को कंक्लूड करना है कि जैकब वाइनर का डेफिनेशन थोड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग था. क्यों इंटरेस्टिंग है? जैकब वाइनर का बताने का मतलब ये था, हिज इंटेंशन वाज दिस. Defining economics is quite difficult. Giving a definition to economics simply and unambiguously, it is somewhat difficult. So that he defined such a manner that economics is what economists do. So all these are the definitions of economics. When we look at the evolution of the definitions of economics, first we can see Adam Smith 1776 tried to define economics. Then Alfred Marshall 1890 gave another definition of economics. Then again Lionel Robbins 1932 gave his own definition, scarcity definition. उसके बाद Paul S. Samuelson gave his definition in 1948, comprehensive definition. So let us conclude the session by giving these few words. Next session we will come with some other topics.